get you. No, just kidding. You're literally the main character of your life. I'm old. 25. Are you serious? Just knock them in the face. Here's to 24. Hey guys, I recently turned 24, which is a very weird age. Some of my friends are getting married, having babies, buying houses, and then there's the other half, which includes me, who hasn't really figured out life yet and is like downing a bottle of wine every weekend or day. In my 24 years of living though, I do think I've learned a lot, and all of my experiences have made me to who I am today. So today I'm going to talk about 24 things I've learned while 24. I've actually been wanting to film this video for years, but I always put it off. I remember the original document was 19 things I've learned while 19, and then it turned into 20, and last night I changed and added it into 24. This video might be a bit cheesy, but let's just hop in because it's gonna be too long if I keep on rambling. 24 is a long time. I'm old. First of all is that I really learned to just be me, be myself, and I think that started to happen during my first year of college when I just really felt like I could be myself. I was surrounded with people who had the same interests as me, and I just felt comfortable, so I started twerking on tables and stuff like that. Just acting like an idiot in general, which is who I am, but it's just nice to finally feel like, you know, yourself. And it's stupid that sometimes you feel like hiding your own character or whatever. It's good to feel good in doing what you like. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm really trying to live up by the quote, be who you are and say how you feel, because those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. Which brings me to my second point, which is not everyone is going to like you, and that's completely fine. This is something I struggle with a lot still for some reason, because I want everyone to like me, which is weird and unfair because I don't like everyone, obviously, so why should everyone like me? Just try to like yourself. I've learned that you can and should be proud of your accomplishments, even though they might seem small, and of course celebrate all of them. Remember that the only one you're really trying to impress is yourself. I remember when I was a goalkeeper years ago, and I was actually really good at it, but for some reason I just never said that out loud, or if someone complimented me I was always like, oh, stop it. Like, no, you can say you're good at stuff, that's completely fine. So yeah, just try to be proud of yourself. I've learned that friends really do come and go, and that's also completely fine. At certain stages in life you're more drawn to certain people. For example, when you go to college, you're gonna study something that you like and that many others like, so you all share a certain interest. So it's definitely a different type of friendship than you might have with someone who's on your football team or whatever. And I think I am quite an open-minded and social person, and I like to be surrounded with people, but I also now know who to surround myself with. Don't be afraid to dream and imagine, because that's literally how your goals are made, and it's also a great way for me to fall asleep. I'll just make up a story of me and Harry Styles before going to bed. I wish I was kidding. It's true Starkey now. I've learned to be grateful. I could have been born literally anywhere else in the world, but I was lucky enough to grow up in a healthy, wealthy, safe country like the Netherlands is, that I'm really thankful for. But also living a life with amazing friends, and a study that I was doubting at first but brought me so much. I've been on amazing field trips to Thailand, Cambodia, that's a country, Albania, Macedonia, Berlin. I did an exchange semester in the US, and I did my internship in Barcelona, and I am aware that obviously not everyone is able to do such things, so I'm super grateful for that. But I'm also very grateful for the small things in life, like chocolate and tea and a rainy day when you're inside, or my bed, you know, water. So yes, treat others the way you want to be treated, because I often, like, this is a small example, but I greet people on the streets and they're like ignoring me, and that pisses me off. But then again, at least I tried to be nice, karma will get you. No, just kidding. You know how you don't want to be treated, so don't treat someone else badly. Stepping out of my comfort zone. I mean, fuck it. You have to learn from experiences, and this is something I still am not the best at. But there's certain decisions I've made, I'm like, I should just go for it. And that has brought me amazing stuff. Now that I'm saying this, I'm going into this night out. And I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone and wear a shirt with a bit too much boob action going on. But it's fine. I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. And I'm gonna... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Don't let people treat you like shit. This is also something I still am learning, but obviously life is a learning experience, learning life, I don't know. It's pretty hard for me to step up for myself, but I know I should, and I'm working on it. I've been talking to my skin therapist, who's actually also kind of a regular therapist to me, about, you know, you're literally the main character of your life. If someone treats you like shit, why should you accept that? Just knock them in the face. Don't actually do that. Explore and travel as much as possible, because it gives you such a rich and open-minded look on the world. Yeah, if you can, go out there. I've learned to say no. I love to be with friends, but I've also realized that I really like and need time for myself sometimes. And if you're not feeling a night out, or if you're not feeling hang out with friends, you don't need to do that. And you also don't need to come up with an excuse. Just a no is no. And if you want to stay in bed and watch Netflix with some food, that's completely fine. I've learned that I'm really good at directions. Not necessarily giving directions, but you could drop me off in a place and I'll probably find my way back somehow. Most of the times I've been to that place once, and then for some reason I just know how to come back. So that's quite nice. It comes in handy sometimes. I've been living on my own for 6-7 years now, in 3 different countries and 2 different continents, and I can say I can take care of myself. I think I could survive a zombie apocalypse at this point. Absolutely not, actually. Be comfortable in your own skin, and I'm not quite there yet, but it's such a nice feeling to be comfortable in your own skin, and you just shine that out to the world. It's really in your own hands to just accept yourself the way you are. Make as many wishes as you want, because I think one day they'll come true. It doesn't matter how weird they are. Maybe they do, because I'm gonna wish to hook up with Harry Styles. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Sometimes you need to just pause and not let everything just go by. Just take in a moment, maybe capture the moment, do things maybe slowly, because life can literally be snatched away from you any second. You can't please everyone, so don't try to. There's always gonna be people that don't want to see you succeed for whatever reason, so only try to please yourself and maybe the people who are there to support you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And this is something I often realize I need help, but I'm always a bit scared to ask for help because I don't want to sound dumb. At the end, it's better if you ask beforehand before you make a big mistake. So just do it. Even though it sounds stupid, just say, you know what, this may sound stupid, but can you please help me out with this? For example, at work, they'll be happy if you didn't make a big mistake because you didn't mind asking. I've learned to stop procrastinating, or at least I've learned this, but I'm not fully living up to this yet. If you need to get stuff done, just get them out of the way, because then you'll have time and space for spontaneous things. And if you do end up doing that thing, the spontaneous thing, you won't have like a little bit of a bad feeling like, shit, I should have done this instead. It's just nice to get things out of the way. It will feel so much better. And often the thing you look like, you're like, shit, I don't want to do this, is actually not that big of a deal most of the time. But I also think that we shouldn't always feel the need to do something. And I'm learning this still, because I always have a to-do list and I'm always like, okay, I crossed this off, and then when I didn't cross a thing off, I'm like mad at myself. But if I can't do that thing, if I didn't manage to do it, it's completely fine. I'm not gonna die. And also you can have a lazy Sunday or Wednesday afternoon. You don't have to do stuff all the freaking time because you need to rest. And I think this is really a part of our life or this era at the moment. We're always like hustling, but you also need to take care of yourself and breathe. I've also learned that being alone is really nice and also completely fine. I like hanging out with myself and just sometimes doing stuff, but also just chilling in bed with Netflix and food. It's nice. Or going on a walk outside. You can do stuff on your own. You don't need to figure out everything before a certain age. And I think a lot of people like me as well, when they were younger, they were like, at 25, I might be married and have kids. 25? Are you serious? I mean, obviously that can happen, but there's no timeline you need to follow. It's all up to you. There's people like, I think, Samuel Jackson, who started acting when he was old. I mean, stuff like that really motivates me. Like, it's fine that I don't necessarily know what I want to do in life, or that I'm not quite there where I want to be at. That's so fine. It's not like we're dying tomorrow. Obviously that could happen, but this is also when it comes to relationships. A lot of people ask me, oh, are you still single? What do you mean still? Like, I'm not dying in the next 5 days. I just don't really understand that question, and I find it quite rude as well. Like, I'm fine with myself. I think I'm quite passionate about things. I get an idea in my head and I immediately want to do that, and I want to be like, shit, I need to do this, which also comes with the fact that I always want to do that perfectly. And if I learn a new hobby, obviously you're not gonna do that perfectly, so I need to not get overly excited maybe, but I also need to just not give up and not think like it all comes to me naturally and I can do that. For example, drawing. I will never be able to do it, but obviously if you draw for the first time, it's gonna look like shit. I should not give up on the moment like that. And finally, I'm learning. I haven't completely learned yet, but to love myself. I'm proud of myself, my accomplishments. I don't mind the way I look, and I'm happy at the moment, and that's a great feeling. So I hope you are all too. That was a bit of a different video for me, but I hope you enjoyed, because I did enjoy filming this. It felt good to talk on a more serious level maybe, and to reflect on life. 24. Weird. Still have to get used to it, because I turned 24 on August 15th, which was a week ago from when I'm filming this now. The next time I'm introducing myself to someone, I'll probably still say I'm 23, to be honest. Here's to 24. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It's completely free, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.